I'm here at the Calabash Elks Lodge right here in Calabash. I'm with Malcolm Jagger, Mike Treshak, and Juanita Adams. Thanks for all three of you being on the show today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're very excited. This is kind of a different business for us to come out and see, and we're excited to see all the different aspects that y'all have here at the Calabash Elks Lodge. So, Malcolm, first, start off by telling us a little bit about the background and what it is that y'all do here.
Okay, as you said, I'm Malcolm Jagger. This year I'm the Exalted Ruler, which is really a fancy name for president of the corporation. I'm also chairman of the board, so I basically oversee the operational side of things here. Then Mike Treshak, he is our communications and marketing director, and he also has a role to play on our Veterans Affairs Committee, which he will talk about later. And then Juanita Adams, she is chairman of our youth activities programs, which is also an important piece of what we do here.
Very good. So what are the services that are offered here at the Calabash Elks Lodge?
Well, I think one of the things to understand is that it is a benevolent organization and founded as the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, headquartered in Chicago, and mainly we are focused on charitable activities. However, we also have a very thriving social part of our organization, which is the foundation of everything we do. So nationally, we have something like 850,000 members, spread across 2,000 lodges throughout the United States. And we are focused in three main areas, as I said. One is veterans programs, which is helping our veterans, and also, where appropriate, our serving military. Also, our local youth and local community needs in Brunswick County that may need our help. So it's a fairly broad spectrum of what we do, from the benevolent part, which we like to describe, which is really the giving, but also the fraternal part, which is enjoying ourselves, enjoying each other's company. And the motto of the order, in fact, is Elks Care, Elks Share. Now,
nice.
This lodge was founded about 30 years ago and had a very interesting beginning. A group of men used to meet in a local barber shop, and they decided that they ought to form a lodge and meet and greet and enjoy each other's company, and also think about how they would help with the community. So on February the 12th, 1984, the Calabash Lodge, number 2679, was founded, and from that we've grown into this big building. Our membership has grown since that time. We are thriving and very vibrant and very active in our community.
Very great. That's wonderful. It sounds like y'all do so much for the community. So speaking of Brunswick County, how does Brunswick County benefit from the services that y'all give back?
Well, why don't I hand it over firstly to Juanita Adams to talk about what we do for our youth in Brunswick County, and then Mike would talk about a very important part of what we do, and that's supporting our veterans also in this area. So, Juanita.
Thank you, Malcolm. The Elks in general are very much involved with youth, and nationally they give $4 million in scholarships alone. But here in Calabash, during our fiscal year last year, we took 30 children from the Waccamaw Home for Boys and Girls to the Pelicans game down in Myrtle Beach. Then we partnered with the local town of Calabash, and we did a trunk or treat, which was like trick or treat, but we kept our children right across the street in the local park, and they paraded around in costume, and we gave them candy and things so that they were safe during the Halloween activities. Then at Christmas time, we provided 92 children and their families with food, clothing, gifts, and visit from Santa. And we buddied up with the Rotary as well as Toys for Tots at that time. We made a $300 donation to the Boy Scouts of America here in Brunswick County. At Valentine's Day, we brought chocolates and teddy bears to the Waccamaw Home for Boys and Girls again. And then just recently, we sent 2 girls from the Waccamaw Home to the prom, and I personally brought them to Amanda's in Conway, and we bought the gowns, the jewelry, the handbag, the shoes, the whole 9 yards, and we sent 2 girls as Cinderellas to the prom.
Very special.
So we're very proud of the work that we do here, but we're just as proud of the Veterans Affairs Committee, and I'm going to allow Mike to talk about that.
Sure.
Oh, thanks, Juanita. Yes, Kat, 98 years ago, in the throes of World War I, back in 1917, the Elks made a pledge to our veterans, and the pledge goes like this: so long as there are veterans, we shall never forget them. And every Elk and every Elks Lodge has lived up to that pledge over those 98 years. The Calabash Elks Lodge is no different. We have what we call our Veterans Affairs Committee. We fondly, refer to it as our VAC. You can see on my little shirt here, the VAC.
Right.
Okay. And our VAC consists of 30-some very dedicated men and women volunteers who plan, organize, fund, and execute about a dozen different activities each year for our veterans. And that benefits basically locally, veterans and veterans programs anywhere from Little River, South Carolina up to Wilmington, North Carolina. We're a sponsor of the North Carolina State Veterans Retirement Home near Fort Bragg in Fayetteville. And we've adopted a Wounded Warrior Battalion at the Naval Hospital in Camp Lejeune up in Jacksonville. And so all these organizations benefit from our VAC. Last year alone, we gave over $14,000 in cash donations and or goods or services to all the veterans and the veterans programs. So regardless of whether it's our traditional Thanksgiving luncheon at the retirement home or a barbecue Memorial Day weekend, or whether we're giving hundreds of gift cards and thousands of candy bars to the Wounded Warriors up at Camp Lejeune. You know, the Elks here, especially at Calabash, have lived up and honored that pledge of so long as there are veterans, we shall never forget them.
That's wonderful.
It is, it is.
Y'all give back so much.
Yeah, and from the local community perspective, we have something like 30 local charities on our list, and I'll give you some examples. We re-equipped the Calabash Town Park across the street here with new playground equipment. We donated $4,000 to the Waccamaw School in Ash, North Carolina, to re-equip books in their media center. We totally put in a new kitchen in the Hope Harbor Home for Battered Women. We also provide like $2,500 of scholarships to local high school children. So broadly, we have a lot of commitment to that. On the back of, as we talked about before, the fact that we have a thriving social life here, which we use to build the teamwork and to solicit ideas that we can expand our charitable giving. So it's a very big organization we support here.
Very good. I want to go back to the fact that your social area is thriving, because that's something that's really great too, because people need that in the area as well. What are some of the events that y'all hold here?
Well, we have several different types of events. We have events which are open to the public. We have events which are really restricted to different types of organizations that plan to use our facilities. And then we have events, you know, just for members and guests. We have open houses here, which we invite people to come and see the facility and be able to participate in it. On a routine basis, we open to several different organizations. For example, on a weekly basis, the North American Retired Federal Employees organization has a lunch here. We have a Mahjong group here. They're setting up as we speak out there for Mahjong today. We have card schools. We have line dancing. We have an artist group that meets here. So this facility is used very extensively for all sorts of different organizations, and basically, you know, we are open to anything that people could use the facility for. Yeah,
and I saw a big sign of bingo when we were coming in, so I know that y'all hold that here. And
yes, our weekly bingo is extremely popular, and it's a charity bingo. In fact, the one game every week, they set aside the proceeds of that game, which they use for charity. And we have a committee of bingo volunteers plus players, and they sit and they actually decide which local charities they're going to give to. They've got something like 23 local Brunswick County charities. And in fact, since November last year, they've donated 10 $300 checks to individual charities in this area. So they not only have a great time there, and we provide food and for them during when they're playing, but they also understand that they also have a part of giving back to the community.
Right. Very good. Now, I wanted to ask about the dining, because I know that y'all have that here, and it's something that is very big here, too. Y'all have a great bar set up, and like you said, people can come in for a lunch that are members and bring their guests. So tell us a little bit about the dining.
Well, we're open, the social club side of it, we're open from 11 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock in the evening during the week, and then from 12 o'clock to 9 in at the weekend. And every day in the week we have a very extensive lunch menu. On Mondays and Fridays we offer dinner, and on Fridays that dinner arrangements are interspersed with things such as trivia, and then dinner dancing with a full plated service, followed by entertainment and dancing. So that's really for members and guests, and that's very popular.
Okay, very good. Now, before we wrap up, Mike, can you give us your contact information if people are interested in becoming members? I know that y'all are open to hearing if people want to hold events here. What's the best way for them to get in touch with y'all?
Sure. As you say, we are entertaining memberships right now, and the best way to get in contact with us is you can find us at 937 Carter Drive here in Calabash. We're right underneath the big Calabash white water tower behind the...
people should know where that is.
Yeah, behind the Calabash Fire Department. You can always find us on the web at www.calabashelks.org. We are now on Facebook also, or you can give us a call at area code 910, and the number is 575-4600.
Very good. Well, we really appreciate it. Y'all have given us some great information, some really great details that I know people are going to be interested in hearing, just whether it's about becoming members or just knowing how y'all give back to the community. So thanks for taking the time to sit down with us. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.